Welcome back. Right now I'm excited because we have Gary Dranow here in studio to talk about his band. He's a local to Park City, started a band in 2021. Not only that, Gary's got an impressive life. He's done many different things. So I'm very happy that he's joining us this morning. Gary, thanks for being here.
Thank you very much, Christine.
So I want to start with your band. This was formed actually in 2021, kind of a difficult time to start, but tell me more about why you decided to create a band.
Well, I had a band when I lived in LA for many years, and we gigged all throughout Southern California. And then in 1998, I moved up here, and about 2 years later, I decided to start looking for band members to start the band up again, which would be Gary Dranow and the Manic Emotions 2.0. And it all came together. It took me quite a while to find the right mix of people, and it all came together in 2021, and we started gigging, and the rest is history.
So tell me more about the band, what role you play and the other members that you have.
Well, I am the band leader, and it is Gary Dranow and the Manic Emotions, and yes, I am bipolar. Sherm Tate is a bass player, and he is my musical director. Marty Steinberg is my drummer. Christian Mattson is our kid. Marty, Sherm, and I are all in our late 60s, and Chris Mattson, our second guitar player, is 25. So he's our young pup. And so that's the lineup, and we play as a 3-piece, 4-piece, or 5-piece.
What type of music do you play?
Blues, original songs, blues, and rock and roll.
So a wide range of
We
things.
do Hendrix, Stevie Ray Vaughan, and a lot of Creedence Clearwater, a lot of other artists. So we have about 60, 70 songs on our playlist, which could be found on our website. I am also playing in a group called Tombstone Shadow, which is a Creedence Clearwater revival tribute, and we're going to be playing June 3rd at the Monarch in Ogden, and I'm the guest lead guitar player.
So, exciting that you've got a lot going on, and I'm going to circle back to your band, these appearances, but before I do that, you have a great history. You've done many different things in your life. So when you look back at when you were younger, and especially on the recreation front, the athletics you were in, what really stands out to you, and what do you remember the most about those days when you were a ski racer? You also were involved in equestrian activities, many different things.
I remember very well when I got interested in equestrian at 9, 10 years old, and my father found a person that had a horse for sale. Anyways, that horse turned out to be a dud, but I learned how to be around horses, and then my parents found me a coach in a stable in Thousand Oaks, California, and I just lucked out and got a fantastic horse. And when I first saw him, he had big coat of hair, didn't look like much, and my trainer gave him the clip job and the most beautiful horse in the world. And his name was Bully Bars, and his sire was 3 Bars, who's a very famous Western equitation horse. And Bully Bars lived up to the footsteps of his dad, and we won just about everything.
Oh, it makes such a difference to have a good horse. But not only were you so successful in that, you also went to bike racing and ski racing. How did that change happen?
Actually, I went from horses to motocross.
Oh.
And I raced motocross as an amateur at 15 years old. At 16, I turned pro, and I was sponsored by Montesa Motors, and rode for them for 2 years, and then a Czechoslovakian manufacturer, CZ, and I rode for them for 3 years. And I went directly from motocross to ski racing. But during this whole time, I had been riding bikes since I was in junior high school. And in 1970, I believe it was, I went to Maui for a stage race, and I won. It was a 10-stage race, and I won the race. And the big excitement was we rode from Lahaina, which is sea level, to the top of Haleakala, which is the volcano on Maui. And is it Kauai or Maui? I think it's Maui. So it was from 0 to 10,000 feet in 50 miles.
Oh, incredible. And then ski racing, which is a big reason why you're here in Park City.
That is why I'm here in Park City. Interestingly, I have an album out called Destiny Road, and the title song, Destiny Road, I literally had a dream that I was going to move to the Emerald Hills far away. And I woke up next morning, wrote the song, turned into an album, and this was from 1990 to 1995. And I decided that I was going to move to the Emerald Hills far away. And in 1997, I decided to sell my house in Manhattan Beach and came up here, and in a weekend bought a house, moved up a month later. And I live in Upper Pine Brook, and I've been in that house since 1998.
Which has a recording studio.
Rehearsal studio.
And that has helped you create this band, which creating a band in 2021, I'm sure has many challenges. And right now you're really hoping to get into more venues in Park City and across the state. You mentioned you'll be playing separately, but in Ogden. So how can we support your band?
Having me on the show is fantastic. Hopefully I will get a YouTube recording or something out of this that I could put on my website. It's tough getting into the Utah music scene. It's really tough. And I've played at 3 venues so far, but there's 12 venues that we want to play at. And I recently hired a marketing company to help me get into the venues. And I call and email and Instagram every day.
So we need to just make sure to head to your website, support you. Remind me one more time of this appearance that you have in Ogden.
It's January 3rd. It's not my band. It's a band called Tombstone Shadow, and it's a Creedence Clearwater Revival tribute show. And it's at the Monarch, which is a pretty big venue. The outside venue that we're going to be playing at capacity, I believe, is 1,000 people. So it's going to be a pretty big show. And I play with Jeff Lawrence there, and he's got a group of guys in his band, and I'll just be in as the guest guitar player.
Well, we're excited for that, but also to see Gary Dranow and the Manic Emotions at more venues here in Park City. I know that we can help you
The
do just
Cabin.
that. Yes.
The Spur.
All the places. We're going to do it. And Gary, I'd love to have you come back and talk even more about your business adventures, more about the band. So this has been just a start, I know, to many more appearances and many more opportunities to see your band play. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much, Christine.
All right, once again, it's Gary Dranow and the Manic Emotions. Head to their website, support their band. Very nice to have Gary Dranow here in studio. Learn more about his incredible past. Looking forward to learning even more at another time. We'll be back with more on Mountain Connections right after this.